there's no pressure at all. I'm ready for the moment. What he did outside the ring is even great. I was like, if I get killed, then it is what it is.
First question is, how do you like your haircut?
Oh, the haircut. So we're going with the lower taper.
Yep.
And just lining up the beard, and that's about it.
You're 1 month away from your pro debut. Do you feel any extra pressure compared to preparing for an AM fight?
Not really. I feel like this is the moment I've been waiting on. So now that the date and the venue is set to go, so March 2nd, will be my pro debut. So I'm kind of keen to show the world like what I've been working on. So with that being said, like there's no pressure at all because I feel like I'm ready for the moment.
That's perfect. So do you, maybe not pressure, do you feel the same like nerves when the poster, the announcement gets made? Is it the exact same?
Oh, I think when the poster comes out, it hasn't come out yet, so I'll probably get the nerves. But in the amateurs, I wasn't getting any nerves at all. So,
No.
But in the pro ranks, it's different. So it might be different. I guess time will tell. Yeah.
How different do you think it is compared to your first ever amateur fight?
Oh, it's so different. Like the first amateur fight, it was an exhibition. So like going to it, and then at the weigh-in, I saw my opponent. I saw how small he was. Compared to him, I just felt like a lot bigger and stronger. So I was just pumped up to go. And yeah, the fight was good. But in the pro ranks, like you fight someone your own weight, so it's different. And they have more experience. They're ready to go as well. So yeah, anything can happen.
That's right. And you have more experience, and that experience in the gym, in fights, and that's your confidence, right?
Yeah,
like
exactly.
It's backed by the work ethic. So you said you had no nerves. Like I'm the same. People go, you either have nerves or you're lying.
Oh yeah,
but
yeah.
I'm like,
For me, I don't, because I know like all the hard work that I put in at the gym. Like, if anything, I'm just keen to just go in the ring, just jump in the ring,
Yep.
show everyone what I've been working on.
Yep.
So instead of just getting nervous, I feel like get the show rolling so I can show everyone what I'm here for.
Yep. And that's your confidence. Nice.
Yeah.
When you start thinking about fighting professionally, what was one thing that made you like, all right, I'm ready for this. I can take this on now.
Or the pro decision, I've always left it to my coach.
Yeah.
And shout out to my coach, is Mick Akawi. So I told him, I was like, you make the call. So whenever you think I'm ready for the next step, which is professional debut. So I told him, like, it's all in your hands. So if you think I'm ready for the professional ranks, then yeah, make the call and then we'll switch up.
Have you always been training with him?
I've always trained with him. So I started training with him about 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's my first coach, and hopefully we can just stay together for as long as we can.
Yeah, and having one coach for a long time, they learn the ins and outs of your game, and they see every single layer of sparring and everything that you do, and they know your weaknesses better than you do.
Exactly.
So it's good to stay with one coach, because like when it comes to the big time, when it really matters, they're gonna know where you lack.
Yeah,
what you need.
Because they've been with you since the start, and plus like because for me, like I normally go to other gyms for sparring and stuff. So like when I go and spar other people, so I see the difference. Like to like having different coaches, because some people, you have like a few like athletes that would just jump from one coach to another.
Yep.
I think that's the worst decision you can ever do.
I think so too. I think that's a mentality, or at least a show on their mentality.
Yeah, exactly.
It's within.
Yeah. And I feel like most of them, they probably don't get along with the coach. But whereas for me, like the coach, like we got a great relationship. I do whatever he tells me. If anything, he tells me to slow it down.
Yep.
Yeah. So I just work hard, and if you ask me to do anything, then I'm happy to do it.
So for someone watching that wants to get into the sport, and he's not sure what gym to go to, how do you pick a coach?
I was gonna say the same. What drove you to that gym? Yeah, like what?
Yeah. No, so like, cause my coach, he's got his son. He's a fighter too. His name is Bilal Akau. So at the time I wasn't like thinking about boxing or anything like at all. So I was just training weights, just lifting weights.
Yep.
Yeah, straight after high school. So, and then the coach, he approached me. He said that I look strong, and then he was like, oh, he asked me if I tried out boxing. I was like, I told him that I haven't. So he was like, oh, just give it a go, and if you like it, then you like it. If you don't, then that's it.
So you were
And
training
then-
weights at the boxing gym.
I was training weights at the boxing gym.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just like
Nah,
that's
'cause
like
the-
some destiny shit, huh? Like
Yeah, nah. Because the gym, like, it's a 2 sections. So we've got downstairs was it's just weights, and upstairs is for boxing.
Yep.
So I must have went to the boxing area. Yeah. And then he seen me. He was like, oh, just try out. I was like, yeah, why not? I got nothing to lose. Yeah.
So when you first started trying boxing out, how long did it take for you to say to yourself, like, I can make something here? I can do something.
To be honest, yeah, like my coach, because at the time I would have been like 61 kilos. So he told me, he was like, oh, if you want to compete, just train and get hard and get to 57 kilos.
Yep.
Because I was so excited and I wanted to have my first fight. So I trained so hard. Within like probably like three months, I was 56 kilos, and I told him, I went up to him. I was so like excited, and I told him that I'm like, you know, under 57. And he just looked at me. He just said, keep training, right? Because he knew I wasn't ready. Yeah.
How old were you back then?
I would have been like 20.
20.
Yeah.
And that's a smart
like,
coach.
Close
Like
to 20. Yeah, close
like-
to 20.
he gave you the incentive, get to this weight, and then he saw that you boom. I'm doing that.
Yeah.
And then he said, let's slow it down. You're still not ready. Even
Yeah.
though you did my first like question, first thing I asked. He still slowed you down and said, let's get you ready.
I think he told me to get down to the weight he was telling me, to see if I can sit there and just like, you know, just actually do it. Because he probably thought like, if I tell him to get to this, he probably won't even do it, or he'll probably just stop.
It was like the first test.
Yeah, it was a test basically.
Yeah.
But then I passed the test with flying colors.
Yeah.
But then, he still didn't make the call. He was like, oh, just keep training, and when time is right, then yeah.
So to stay around like your fight weight now, do you eat pretty clean all year round? And
Oh, I won't be lying.
how's your
like-
relationship with food?
Oh, I love my food, man.
Yeah.
I love my food.
Do you
But
like
then, for me, it's But for me, it's really hard to put on weight. It's not hard, but like, I try to balance it up my diet. So, if you know me,
What's your
everyone
favorite
knows.
cuisine?
Oh, anything sweet, bro.
Yeah.
Anything sweet, like
Sweet too.
especially like Nutella. So that's my.
What do
big
you
thing.
What do you eat after a win? You just want to
After win?
celebrate. You eat whatever you want. What's that meal that you want to eat?
Oh, boy, it'll be a pizza,
Yeah.
and then with the V.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So
Nice.
follow up with the V, and then that's it.
So you're more of a V, not a Red Bull person?
Oh, nah, I hate Red Bulls, bro. But the V's, I was addicted to it at one point. Yeah.
The first or my post fight meal is a kebab. Like as soon as I get out of the cage, I'm like,
Kebab.
let's go get a kebab. 100%. Like especially with the weight cutting in MMA and how brutal it is. Like you need 6 to 8 weeks of perfect eating. So you don't get any like fun during camp of enjoying sugar or
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You guys cut so much weight to the point where like you have that like scheduled like thing. So if you don't eat clean, then you won't be able to make the weight.
That's right.
Yeah.
Whereas for us, like especially if you're in the amateur, they tell you to compete close to your weight, to your weight.
Yeah.
So there's no point cutting weight, because then the reason being like you weigh in and then you fight probably like 2 hours after.
Yeah.
So you don't have enough time to recover. So it's better to compete at your own weight. Yeah.
So you just said then that you weigh in and then compete 2 hours after. Is that amateur only?
Yeah, it's amateur only.
Because I was seeing Errol Spence was cutting a lot of weight for that Terence Crawford fight.
Yeah.
He looked real drained.
Yeah, but for him, like, because once you're a pro, so you weigh in the day before.
Yeah.
So you got pretty much like 24 hours to recover, to dehydrate.
Is that the same as MMA as well?
Yeah. We weigh in
Yeah.
sometimes 36 hours before.
36 hours. So you guys will probably get longer time than us then.
That's another reason why people cut so much weight in MMA,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
But, like, the thing is with weight cuts, I've really noticed how important food is, like especially mentally.
Yeah.
Like we really are what we eat. And if you want to be a pro athlete, if you want to train 2-3 times every single day, you need to eat clean all the time. You cannot, like, it's almost as important as sleep. Like you need to sleep well, you need to stay hydrated, and you need to eat well. And I will preach that message till the end of time, even to people that don't train. If you are feeling like depressed, if you feel anxious, if you feel down, check your sleep, check your food, check your drink,
everything,
and you'll figure some shit out about yourself. Like that's what I really noticed about weight cutting is how important food is, and I try and stay strict all the time, so just so I can train as hard as I can all the time.
Of course, man.
I agree with you on what you said. Just one very important thing as well is the food and hydration. Everything, it's all important. But it's also your exercise. About 2 months ago, before we started doing the podcast, I was in training. I would eat okay, but I wasn't training. I wasn't exercising, doing anything. That was the lowest I've ever felt in my life. So when I got back to the gym, better diet, training, keeping healthy. My mental got better. My body feels so much better. Everything, even it affects every single detail of your life.
Yeah, that's because you're staying active. You're doing everything. So if you got too much time and you just, you know what I mean, just staying home, then you probably
I can't go like 2 days without training. Hey, like, do you get anxious if you don't train?
Like just one day, bro, I feel like something's missing.
Like you've just wasted a day.
Nah, like I'll give you an example, bro. Like before, like, cause I used to drink and then go to like clubs and stuff. So I'll come home like around like 4 a.m. and I'll just be like, nah, fuck that. Instead of sleeping, I'm just going running. So I'll just run because, like, you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't, like, if I didn't train like the night before, then I just like, when you wake up, you feel like...
You'd run after the club. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying like I would just go running.
Like at any time?
Any time.
Yeah, I'm the
like
same.
4 a.m. in the morning, I'll be gone. Like 6, 2 a.m., like, doesn't matter,
Like I like let's say I'm watching videos at night or even gaming at night, and I get like if I trained early, like 6-7 p.m. and I've still got energy and it's 1 a.m., I'm like, fuck it, I'm putting shoes on and I'm going for a run. Like,
but I'm telling you, my sleeping pattern is a bit messed up.
Same.
Nah, I think it's getting better now because I'm turning pros and I'm understanding a lot more, and plus like I've got like other mentors around me. Yeah, so
they're helping you with that, like how important it is.
With the sleeping pattern, like with everything to get a proper recovery as well.
How long do you sleep for?
Sorry?
How long do you sleep for?
Oh, I try to get 8 hours now.
I saw this study, or I saw this guy speaking to Joe Rogan. His name is Matthew Walker, and he said like he spoke about how important sleep really is. And it's like, if you just like, how many people do you speak to and they say, I'm good with 6 hours, I'm good with 6 hours. It's like but difference.
It adds up, bro. It adds up.
Yeah, but also just the difference of 8 and 6 hours. It's like you lose like 40% of your cognitive function. Like there's a test done every single year on the entire population of what happens when you lose 1 hour's night of sleep.
Oh, no.
Daylight savings. Do you know that day of daylight savings, you're 70% more likely to get into a car accident?
Wow.
The numbers are ridiculous.
See,
like,
I didn't even know.
From 1 hour, the car accidents, everything that day, just from people losing 1 hour, everything is worse. That shows how important sleep is.
But then I understand, bro. If you're getting used to like sleeping like 6 hours, then you're getting just 1 hour less. So you probably can't function the same way as you normally will function like 6 hours.
Your brain, everything. And think about how, like, people that think combat sports are like a tough man's game, they're wrong. They haven't done it.
They're wrong. Wrong.
From the outside, it looks like that. Like it's a tough man's sport. You know, you've got MMA, you got the collies, you know, boxers, you got the chin down, you're ready to throw at any time. But it's a thinking man's sport.
It's thinking man's sport, bro.
Like every sport is, though. That's the thing. You can't just be like an aggressive footballer, like with fast pace. You need to know the game. You need to understand.
But then that's a you know, even in boxing or MMA, you have guys that punches hard or they kick hard, whatever. But then you got those guys like they be thinking a lot. So before you even get that power punch or the hard kick, they even see it coming. So because they
I don't think
'Cause
you
they're
can.
ahead.
I don't
They be
think you
thinking
can be
a
a
lot.
world champion without being that type of person.
No, you
yeah,
can't.
yeah. But
You
then
can't.
to get to that
Yeah.
world champion, it takes like
It's like you can have people that are very smart in the sport. You can have people that are athletically gifted,
yeah.
like, you know, punch hard, fast, explosive, whatever. And then it's
Yeah.
like people who can mix that.
Yeah.
And then are also obsessed with
Yeah.
the sport and live it day in, day out. That's what, like, you need all of it. It's not one
100%,
thing.
It's
You
the
know?
whole package. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you need the whole package, bro. Yeah.
So we want to ask you, we do this thing called fight, friend, or collab. Okay,
Yeah.
so we're going to give you 3 names.
Okay.
We want you to pick one to fight,
Yeah.
one to friend, and one to collab. Now, you've got your own YouTube going on here, so you can think about maybe how big their star is,
Oh yeah.
maybe what type of person they are for a friend, or what you don't like about them for a fight.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got George Kambosos,
Okay.
we've got Tank Javonte Davis,
Yeah.
and we've got Deontay Wilder if he was your weight.
Oh.
Fight, friend, or collab?
Fight. I'll probably fight George Camboz only
Yeah.
because like we're similar in weight.
Yep.
So and I feel like once I get big in pro ranks, I'll probably move up in a few weight classes, and hopefully end up in his weight class. So I'll probably fight him.
Depending on how long he's in the game, you might actually
yeah.
end up fighting him.
Yeah, that's what
How-
I'm
how
saying.
old is he?
So
George Kambosos? I
He's
don't know that
close-
exactly.
close to 30, I think.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. So if he stays in the game for like a few more years, then we might end up in the same weight
You
class.
might see him soon.
Yeah.
So
And
you've
we
got-
used to train together too. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So he might remember a few of your quirks of sparring, huh?
Oh yeah.
So we've
Yeah.
got friend or collab as
Do
well.
you still keep in touch with him?
Oh, I see him. Like
Yeah.
we train at the same gym, at
Hardcore,
Ethos. Yeah.
At
So,
Ethos.
Oh, Ethos.
Performance,
Yeah, Ethos Performance. He probably knows what it is, where it is.
Yeah. I think that's how I came across your profile.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah,
Yeah.
they're top guys from there, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone that goes there, they're just like ready to work, and it's a very good environment because you got all different athletes. So and the coaches too, they know what they're doing. Yeah, shout out to
No,
Ethos.
shout out to them.
Yeah.
Yep. So you got friend, collab, Tank Davis, Deontay Wilder, your size.
Oh, Deontay Wilder, I'll probably friend him.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I'll friend him only because in the boxing, like, I feel like his boxing style is not great. So, yeah,
Maybe you could have fought him then, and taken advantage of the holes in his game that you see.
nah. But then if I want to fight someone better, so I can learn something from them.
I
Yeah,
respect that. You learn. You learn
So
a lot. Yeah.
If
that's good.
anything, I'll fight. Yeah,
And then you
I'll-
collab with Tank.
I'll
huh?
collab with Tank.
Yeah.
And then after the fight too, like we can even do anything. Just shoot some videos, get some content.
Well,
I'll do
fighting is like, it's like business. It is business, right?
is
So
business.
you're basically collabing with George Kambosos as well.
Yeah,
Who
yeah,
knows
yeah.
what would come off after that?
It's
huh?
true. It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's business with your chin on the line. That's
It is.
basically what it is.
Yeah.
Sounds like money.
Okay, so we're gonna look at a video right now. If you
Yeah.
can get that Lomachenko highlights up.
Yeah.
We want to talk about what you see here. What's your angle on it from a boxer's mindset? You know.
Yeah, you sent it to me.
Yeah, I send it to him. I'll play it for you as well.
Oh no, I already got it. Yeah, the
Yeah,
one you
I'll-
sent me. Yeah.
Yeah, the one I sent
Yeah.
you. Yeah. Lomachenko is known. He's the Matrix. He's known for his footwork. He's,
He's 100%.
incredible.
Yeah, bro.
Do you want to get
Well, the
line up
cut-
underneath?
Yeah. Oh yes, please. Yeah.
Okay, so we'll continue. So we just want to get you to watch this video of Lomachenko. Want you to break it down from a boxer's mindset, what you're seeing here. Like, I'm someone that appreciates footwork a lot coming from MMA and
Yeah.
how important it is. Like, it's completely different to your sport, of course, but there's a lot of things that do translate. What do you think of that?
Or like everyone knows how great like Lomachenko is. So and to accomplish what he accomplished in a few fights as he did. So and with the footage in here, you can tell his footwork is wow, it's perfect. And like you said, like his dad put him in the dancing in the dancing classes just to get better.
Yeah.
So his dad knew what he was doing, so he put him out of boxing, put him into dancing classes so he can get better at his
Just
footwork.
His work.
Yeah.
And
If-
it's clearly paid off.
If you were to
It
take
definitely
one
pa-
skill from him, what would you take?
His footwork.
Yeah.
Everyone knows.
100%?
Yeah. And plus, like, bro, if you know Lomachenko, he's got speed as well. So his punches, they're coming fast.
Yeah.
Angles too, he's just like, just coming from everywhere.
He's
Yeah.
a threat for sure.
Damn, did you see that? Did you get that on camera?
What
You
was
missed
it?
that one.
Oh,
Damn, no.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
serious.
nah.
Camera's on the wrong people right now.
yeah. Keep your eyes that way too.
Go.
Yeah. Yeah.
How often do you work on footwork? Like, do you
Every-
do ladder drills?
Every day, bro. I do
Yep.
a lot of drills. I do everything, and plus my coach, like, he'd be telling me on what to work on. Yeah, for my footwork, especially in the amateurs, because it's all like in and out. So it's all about tapping. So it's completely different to professional. Professional ranks, like, you sit on your punches and you want to hit hard and knock the other guy out.
Yep.
Whereas, like, in the amateurs, it's all about scoring points.
Yes, outpointing.
So
yes.
outpointing the other person. So it's all about footwork and the speed as well. So
It's interesting you say, like, sitting on your punches more as a pro. I'm realizing more and more as I, like, go down this rabbit hole of combat. It's not even really about hitting too hard. You want to sit down on the punch. You want to make it a clean shot, of course,
Yeah.
or shots if we're talking a combo. But when you're hitting someone at 40% and they know you're not going as hard as possible, but you're cracking them at 40,
yeah,
that's what breaks them down.
bro. Plus, they don't even have to get hurt, like, physically. They get hurt mentally. If you're hitting them at 40%, they'll start thinking, like, imagine if he switches it up
Yes.
to like 100%.
The tempo
So,
change,
Yeah,
the timing
tempo
change.
the speed and everything changes.
Yep.
So, like, you get guys like that. So if you're hitting them at 40%, they're getting scared. So, and then they'll start, like, just breaking down, like,
Yeah.
mentally.
Yep,
Yeah,
that's right. And it's all a mental game. Like,
it's all about mental game. Yeah,
and especially with 4-ounce gloves in MMA, like, you really don't need to hit someone hard. It's
that's
just
what I'm saying.
Just touch. Just
40,
touch.
40%. Wow.
No,
Like,
it was
you can,
yeah, it's 40%.
at 40%, you can do some proper damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell
So I
me,
don't.
speaking of mental strength, what is one thing that you think has really helped you mature more mentally to get through losses and stuff like that?
Mentally, I feel like I've always been strong,
Yeah.
especially coming from where I come from. For
Yeah.
those of you, like, I'm pretty sure you guys don't even know where I'm from. So,
Where are you from? Tell us about that.
so I'm from Burundi.
Yeah.
So it's East Africa. And
Sorry, what was that last part?
East Africa.
Yeah.
Yeah. So not far from Kenya. Yeah, so coming from there, like, the country is poor. So, and I've seen everything basically.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that. It sounds like it shaped your personality a lot. How do you think it affected you mentally?
Oh, it's totally different to, like, in Australia you got everything. Like,
Yeah.
you go kids, that's all, like, spoiled and everything.
Silver
Wow.
platter.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
And then whereas, like, in Africa, like, you got kids that you might never know if you're eating today or tomorrow.
Yep.
So, and then, but you just gotta push on. And then you got kids that's born here, they get pissed off by, like, one little thing, and they just become, like, mentally unstable and stuff like that.
And weak.
Wow.
Yeah,
Like,
they just
provide, like,
I feel like they're just weak.
yeah.
Coming from where I come from, like, I saw a quote saying, like, coming from where I come from, you can't be depressed, and that's
Yeah.
how I feel like.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Even though I'm not from, like, a place like that, like, I
Yeah.
was born and raised here, I look at the upcoming generation and I just look at how weak they are, and it's because life is so easy.
That's what I'm saying.
Easy
You-
life
you
creates
got-
fucking weak people.
Yeah. You got those guys that's been given everything, but then they'll still get, like something got wrong on their end, and they start losing everything.
Yeah.
They become mentally unstable.
Yeah.
Yeah, just because off of that. Even with the depression, for me personally, I don't believe in it.
Yeah.
I like that.
I believe. I'm just here listening, and I'm like, yep, whatever he's saying is on point. I come from a very different, from a very similar environment.
Yeah,
War-torn country. Came to Australia 8 years ago,
yeah.
and we see kids depressed here about the dumbest fucking shit.
Yeah, the little
And you're
things,
like,
bro.
what?
Yeah.
Bro, these people getting shot every day. These people can't eat. And you're complaining about a fucking haircut or something.
That's what I'm
Bro.
saying. For me, like, I just laugh it off. If I see something like that little thing that can piss me off, to just like have my mental just going like you know what I mean. So if I see like anything that can piss me off like a little bit, I just laugh it off instead of just sitting there just being in my feelings about, you know what I mean, about the little stuff.
I think Tony Robbins says it. He's like, weak times make strong people, and strong times and make weak people. Good times makes weak people. Bad times make strong people.
Yeah.
And it is
It's a
actually
circle.
Yeah.
It is.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
So this might be a bit of a different angle, but like I like your mindset, right? Like
Yeah.
I like hearing that sort of stuff because that's how I think.
Yeah.
Like it's about being a strong man. It's about like not giving into the shit that like eats away at the core, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So when you get older, when you start to, you know, provide for a family, these are going to be morals that you instill in your kids, right?
In my kids, I have to, yeah.
Yeah, and
Definitely.
you're going to make sure that they know that like you need to test yourself. You need to
Appreciate
test
it.
yourself,
Yeah.
whether you're a man or a woman. It's you need to push yourself, right?
Exactly. No, even with my kids, like I would tell them that, you know, like I'm not always going to give you like whatever you ask. So even if I can afford it, I'll have to hold back a little bit.
They have to earn it.
Yeah, they have to earn it.
Want to ask you, how do you guys? What made you guys decide to leave home? When was it? Like, what was the situation or what happened that made you? Then you were like, "That's it. We can't live here anymore. We have to move."
Oh, so I don't have parents, so they died when I was like little
Oh,
kid.
sorry to hear that.
Yeah. So and then I lived with my uncle. So
Okay.
and then when he came here about 1995. So when he got here, and then he got married. So and then they brought me to Australia.
So they came here first,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then they obviously knew what was going on with where you were, and
Yep.
they came back for you.
Yeah,
to
they
bring you
came
here.
back for me. Yeah.
Yep. So do you still have a strong relationship with your uncle?
Oh yeah, definitely, all the time.
Yeah.
They live not far from here as well, Oran Park. So
Yeah.
I always go.
I don't
Yeah.
want to get too personal, but do you mind me asking what was the situation with your parents? If it's too personal, you don't have to talk
yeah,
about it.
no. Like if I knew, then I will tell you. But like
Ah, okay.
I don't really know that much, and I feel like that's better for me. The less I know,
Yep.
Okay.
the more the more I'm protected. So I don't really want to like dig deep into it, like
Okay.
asking questions or anything, because I feel like even if I know the answer, it won't solve anything or do anything. That's what I say as well. Like with the mentally thing, I think like I'm up there, because
Bro,
with other people, it'll
trust
crush
me,
them,
nothing is gonna
It'll-
make
it'll crush
you
them. It'll crush
get
them.
depressed at all. I don't think like you said, it's not even a thing for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
what
yeah,
I'm
you
saying.
Yeah.
Like you just pissed off at one little thing, just get over it, just move on.
Do you have any siblings here?
Nah, I'm the only one.
Okay. And
Yeah.
and your uncle helped you get to Australia and helped you set up and
Yeah. And I was living with them, like, yeah. So when I got to Australia, I was living with them, but then they had to move to Indonesia for
Yeah.
work, and because I was doing boxing, so I thought about moving there. But then moving to Indonesia for boxing, it's not great. So they're good at Muay Thais and MMA, all the other stuff.
Yep.
Not for boxing,
Like
but
pure boxing, not as
Yeah.
much, yeah.
so. And I just made a decision to stay in Australia.
So when you win a world title, I'm assuming your uncle is going to be one of the first people that.
Oh yeah, nah. The belt is dedicated to him.
Yeah.
100%.
What-
Yeah.
I like that.
what is he to you? Like if you were to describe him.
I'll say that he's like my dad. Basically,
Yeah.
he's raised me. Yeah, he's raised me for as many years as I know. So
What's your uncle's name?
Frederick Aboya.
Shout out Uncle Frederick, huh? That's a
Yeah.
good man right there.
100%.
That's a
Oh,
man.
and my auntie too. So
Yeah,
they always looked after me. So
that's good.
yeah,
You've got a good support system there. That's
I
gonna
do.
create a strong bond there. You know,
exactly. Yeah,
they can't not.
Yeah.
So continuing with boxing, or unless you wanted to continue down this path.
I just want to know how is it. Nah, actually, I don't want to get too personal.
Yeah.
I don't wanna
Nah,
get too
but you
personal.
can ask whatever. It's a podcast anyway.
Like, you, how'd you grow up? What was your childhood like?
Oh.
Without parents, or was it always your uncle?
Oh, it was always my uncle. But then like I think when I was like about 10 years old, I started realizing that they might not be my dad and mom. So
Yeah.
and then, but I didn't want to get into it, so I never wanted to find out or do anything
So you
until
don't.
like when I was like a little bit older. I'll say about 15. That's when I found out. But then it didn't really change anything.
Do you know if they're alive or they passed away?
Apparently they passed away. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, they passed away. Yeah,
And you were the only child,
yeah, I'm the only one. Yeah,
and you've always lived with your uncle, and then.
yeah.
See,
Always lived with my uncle.
did you say he moved here in '95?
Yeah, but he's got a brother too. So
Okay.
my uncle has 3 brothers. So I
Okay.
lived with one of them.
All right.
And then and then once he moved here, I was living with his other uncle too, with his brothers.
Do you still keep in contact with people back home?
Yeah, all the time,
Yeah.
all the time. I was there.
Have you been back?
Yeah, I was there not last year, but the year before. So it was
Right,
pretty good
right.
to be back.
Was that the first time since you?
Oh, I normally go like every 3 years, but then we don't go to Burundi because it's not a stable country. So
Too
So-
too
Okay.
risky, huh?
yeah. So everyone were like that. Yeah, it's not proper. It's especially with the things going on now. There's heaps of conflicts going on.
Yep.
So if you don't, it's they advise not to go there.
Yep.
So we do, we normally go, but then we go to the country next to my country, and then we invite the farmers to come to the country, and that's how we do it.
I'm not sure exactly where he's from, but when Israel Adesanya won the middleweight title in the UFC,
Yeah.
he wanted to take it back to his country, and they advised him not to go
Yeah,
at all.
yeah.
And they're like, "Don't take the title,
He's
don't
a
go."
Nigerian.
Nigerian.
Yeah, Nigerian.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
he said, "No, I'm going." And he took a bulletproof vest and took
Yeah,
the
yeah.
belt and went there. Like
Nah, that was the same as me, because
that's what you're visualizing,
yeah,
huh?
yeah, no, not last year, the year before, like when we went back to, it's from like where he's from, like Rwanda. It's the country where his dad is from,
He next door to
to Burundi.
Burundi.
Yeah, so that's where we normally go. But then when last time we went there, I told them that I'm just gonna go to my country, see the kids that I grew up with.
Yeah.
I was like, if anything happens, then it is what it is. Like I lived in my life. Yes, I was like, if I get killed, then it is what it is.
It's like
Yeah, so I was
Yeah.
like, fuck it,
it's part of like if you're
It's-
gonna take that risk, like
Yeah.
you understand, right?
eventually you're gonna die anyways. So it
I
was-
mean, it's the same with competing.
Yeah,
If you
yeah.
die in the cage or in the ring,
That's
you,
what I'm
you
saying.
die doing what you chose to do.
Yeah, what you chose to do. So
Right.
if I went there and then, because it was my decision to go there, everyone was against it.
Yeah.
So if anything happened, then it would have been on me. So nothing towards them.
Do you have any immediate plans to go back? When's the next time you want to go back?
Oh, probably like 3 years, eh?
A few more
Yeah.
years?
After 3 years.
Just on what you said, bring some memories from back home.
Yeah.
You're saying I don't care if I die. I remember, I think it was 2007, 2008,
Yeah.
back in Iraq. People would be okay with dying. They would
Yeah.
leave home thinking, if I die today, yeah, I'm just another one. It sounds bad, but like when you see people dying every day, just like, yeah, whatever. And we're here in the West complaining about a fucking TikTok.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But then for me, yeah, like, cause I see it, like, it's life, man. Like at the
Yeah.
end of the day, we born, we live, and then we die.
Yeah,
That's just how it is.
that's all life
And
is.
if it's your day, bro, you can be on a toilet seat and just collapse. So if it's your day, it's your day.
100%.
Yeah.
I think everyone should have a healthy relationship with death.
Yeah.
And I think for anyone that's listening that doesn't know how to do that, I think meditating on death and the idea of it, and meditating on our mortality is the best way. And if you can do that every night and really think about like how quickly things can be taken from us, like you'll put yourself in place.
But anything can change, and that's what I say too. Like if you know that eventually you're gonna die, so you want to live your life to try and create something, even if you pass away, people can always look back and be like, oh yeah, he did that. So for me, like, listen, I'm trying to get this like world championships.
That's right.
And then
I think it depends if you're spiritual as well and what you believe is. Like I believe in Christ. He
that's the same as me, bro.
There's something
Christian.
in the Bible that talks about your body dying but your soul is still there. Who cares if your body is dead? Like you're with him up there. So
you're in heaven. That's what I believe in too. I'm a Christian, so because I know, like, if I die, I'm just moving on. I'm just moving from this world to heaven. So
what better place to be at?
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
And the thing I actually think about this, like I said, like meditating on death is something that I think people should do often. But I think about if you live in a way that you're constantly pushing the boundaries, you're constantly testing your limits, you're chasing a world championship, whether it be any sport, whatever, even the best barber in the country, or you want to change the waves in whatever you're doing, you'll always be remembered as that.
Exactly.
So, like, let's say, touch wood, I died tomorrow, everyone that's ever, like, spoken to me, around me, my family, my friends, will always remember me as, like, he was a go-getter. He was someone that was not going to get stopped by anything.
And you died doing what you wanted to do.
He did his best. Then that's
what I'm saying.
That's what everything should be about.
So for me, like, because I know, like, my goal is to just get this world championship. So if anything, for God forbid, if anything happens, like, everyone knows that's what I'm after and that's what I want.
I died trying.
Yeah, so I'm definitely dying trying.
Yeah. And what's the saying? You got to be a world champ before you become one, right? You have to live as the champ before.
Live as a champ. Yeah.
We are world champions.
We are, man.
Time will just prove that.
But that's a manifestation, bro.
That's it.
But it's powerful.
Yes.
I didn't know how much. I didn't know how big it was until recently. Like when I met the Australian team, because like coming to the amateurs, I always wanted to make the Australian team.
Yep.
But then I got to that point, I met the Australian team. When I got there, you know what I mean? Because I never had any gold like past that. So I was like, oh, what's there left to do? Like, you know what I mean? So, but now I'm like, there's no point just becoming one-time world championship. No, aim for higher, like a little bit higher.
Aim higher, yes.
Yeah, and it's disputed multiple times too. So.
Tell us about repping the Australians, repping Australia. What was that like? How'd you get into it?
Like, 1 second. Let's go to that. But I do want to ask one thing. What have you read, or what got you into like manifestation? Like, what you said, the Australian team.
Yeah.
Was it people there? They had the Law of Attraction book, The Secret. What triggered that in your brain?
Nah, not really. It was just because for me, like, my goal was just to make the Australian team.
Yep.
But then I realized once I made it, I was like,
you spoke that into existence.
Yeah. I spoke that into existence, but then I never had a plan after that. You know what I mean? So and then once I got there, I didn't really know what to.
So it was like a self-realization.
Yeah.
Basically. So do you read much?
Not so much.
Listen much? Do you listen to any podcasts or anything?
Oh, yeah, like here and there.
On the chair?
Yeah.
All day?
No.
Look, I'd highly recommend reading, or at least listening to The Key to Living the Law of Attraction.
Yeah.
It sounds so cliche, but it's what changed my life, and it's kicked off this whole thing that I'm chasing as well.
Yeah.
And you realize that, like, we're just energy, right? So whatever energy you're putting out there, you're going to attract straight back.
Are you talking about The Secret?
There's The Secret, and there's The Key to Living the Law of Attraction.
That was the first book I ever read in my life.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, like, I'm not going to say first
me
ever,
up, bro.
but yeah, it was the first one that changed my shit.
Everything in my life, I was like, if I think about anything now, it's just going to happen.
Yeah,
and I started thinking about bad shit and
see,
things happen.
That's where you go wrong. Bro. You can't think about anything bad. See, for me, like, I can't think about anything bad.
I'll tell you why I think about bad things. Sorry to cut you. We lived in an environment where, like I said, dying was normal. Was a thing where you just get outside and you could die. So you're just gonna. It's part of your life. So you will think about all of that, and it's just the environment that we lived in.
Yeah, but then to think about it and keep bringing it back into your
Thoughts.
life, even into your thoughts. So it's creating more like negative thoughts as
100%.
well. Yeah,
100%.
Would you say, like, because of that, your background, would you say you're living in survival mode?
Oh no. Like it. I wouldn't say it's for survival mode. I have my own world champion status in different stuff. I'm more of a business oriented person. I have my goals in business rather than just
In a sport or
Sport?
whatever. Yep.
yeah,
so. For me, I come from a family where enough is not enough. We always wanted
you
the
always
best.
want more. Yeah.
And we had everything growing up. We lost everything, started from zero, and now we have one of the biggest franchises in the country. So survival, I don't know if it's survival, but I'll always chase greatness. In everything I do, I try my best.
Yeah.
Maybe not my best. I could do more. Saying that, I work 7 days a week.
Wow.
No need to brag. We train 7 days a week.
Yeah, we're trying to.
Yeah.
Oh, it's 8
Sorry,
times a
boys.
week.
Sorry, I didn't mean it that way.
No,
But you
7
know what I
days. 7 days, 14 times. Come on
Yeah,
now.
14 times.
Yeah, like I don't know if it's survival. If that's what you meant.
Like, what I mean when I say survival, you just said that you think about the bad stuff.
No, it's
Like-
I think like where he gets it wrong is creating this bad habit of just thinking, going back to the past.
One thing is, sorry, cut you. I was 17 when I read that book.
The Secret.
So, yeah, I had no idea about life.
Yeah,
Just got out of the war that happened back home, so everything is going around me is just negative. People dying, people getting raped, people this, people that. And I read a book that tells me if I think of something, it's going to happen. I'm like, what the fuck?
yeah,
And
So-
now you're looking at the things
But-
you've already seen. You're like, well, I'm thinking about it because I've already seen it.
Yeah,
Right?
and now it's just like, I know what that meant. Manifestation is a very positive thing. You could do so much better with that.
yeah.
But just back then, as a kid, reading something like that, living in that environment, it wasn't easy for me to get through. But it's a great book. It's a great book.
It sounds like a great.
Yeah,
book,
I
yeah.
like.
I'll definitely check it out.
Yeah, you already have the idea of it, obviously, and
Yeah.
that was like a self-realization that you already got that idea. But I would definitely recommend because it just pick it up, just see what energy the book gives you. You know,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
at first I picked it up and I put it down,
Yeah.
and then I picked it up and I couldn't put it down.
Wow.
You know,
See.
and that's what changed my life really. So, like we really are our own thoughts, we're our own narrative, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Nah,
Couldn't agree
100%.
more.
let's change direction. Let's go back to boxing. You had a question about the amateur team.
Yeah. How'd you get into, like, first goal you set is I want to represent Australia.
Yeah.
How does someone that's starting to box get into that?
Oh, so.
What
to-
was the steps? How walk us through
Also,
that.
to get into the Australian team, there's a few steps you have to go through.
Yeah.
So obviously, you have to compete in the states first. So you have to be number one in a state. Even to compete in a state, I think you have to have at least 10 fights
Mhm.
or 15 fights to be able to compete in the states, and then you have to become number one, and then you have the nationals, where all the states come together and then you have to win nationals, and that's how you get selected to be on an Australian team.
When was your first time you represented Australia?
It was not last year, but the year before. Yeah. So it was my first time.
Well, that was what you said earlier. That was your goal when you started boxing.
Yeah.
What was the first feeling winning a tournament for the country? What was your feeling? How proud were you of yourself?
I was very, very proud, man.
Yeah.
Especially like, cause once you're in an Australian team, then you get to represent Australia on international levels. So and then with that, like you get to train with other different countries. So like we went to Europe, so
Yeah.
for like a few months training there. Yeah, training with different teams, different athletes every day. So you get to live the full professional boxing life, basically. Yeah.
So when you're traveling around training with different countries, do you notice a different skill set? Do you notice some countries are better defensively,
Oh yeah,
offensively,
100%,
the styles?
Yeah. Yeah, like I'll give you an example. Like when we went to Kazakhstan, I realized that like before we even start training, the Australian team will start training. The Kazakhstan, they already started training like way before us. And then we'll train like 3 times a day, but then they get that one extra training. So they're training like 4 times a day. And then once you get in the ring, it shows off that just one extra repetition that you're doing. So
Yeah.
it definitely pays off.
Yep. Everything
Even
counts.
with the diet too. So I don't think they have a cheat meals. Like nah.
Wow.
They probably never have like a cheat meals. Like see how he like you eat KFC, Macca's, everything, but down there is different. Yeah.
Is that an option back there? I've never been there.
Nah, I don't
Yeah.
think it's an
They-
option.
they- yeah,
Nah. Yeah. Even if you get it, it'll be like a knockoff to the original of
Yeah.
Macca's or KFC.
Yeah.
Yes, and plus it will cost a lot. So I think that's another reason why they don't even like eat
Bro,
that
that's
much
better.
junk food.
I don't think they need that at all.
Yeah, nah, they don't need it.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
You said they do that one extra session. They do that one extra rep. They don't eat that one extra thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, people might think like, how much does that really make a difference? But if that gives you 5%, if that gives you 2%, that's a difference,
But
right?
even if it gives you 1%,
Then
I'm telling you, 'cause it adds up like over time.
yes,
Yeah. So if you do it like, let's say like, I'm just doing one extra for the whole month, and you're just doing that just like normal daily routine. So obviously like, by the end of the month, I'm already way ahead of you.
yes.
Because I'm doing that, just start one extra every day. Yeah.
The thing I was actually going to say was the edge it actually gives you mentally. Like, when people say the game is 90% mental, 10% physical, like it really, really is.
Yeah.
And until you uncover layers of yourself through the game, you
Yeah.
don't understand it. But when you realize there's only so hard you can push yourself physically, and then when you push yourself that little bit more, you may have actually like hampered yourself a little bit. You may have
Yeah.
gone a bit too far.
Yeah.
But mentally, you're like, nah, I did more.
Yeah.
I'm an extra. I'm that edge now.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you know how like before we talked about getting like nervous before the fight or anything, because I know like how hard in the gym that I push.
Yeah.
Like if I know that I'm fighting you, this is what I used to do. Like if I know that I'm fighting you,
I'm not fighting you, bro.
yeah, no, but so I would check your Insta, because you normally get like you get the name, the
Yeah.
weight and everything. So I'll be stalking you up. I'll be checking you out. Like I'll be like, and I'll be commenting on your stuff. I'll be like, wow, you went for a run. I'm going for a run too. I'll just get into their heads before, like 1 week before, 2 weeks before,
Yeah.
just to get them like like furious and
Yeah.
stuff.
That's funny. Everyone would be like a bit different with that, because I just say to my coach, I don't care who it is. Like, I'll be there on the date. I'll make the weight, and I
Yeah.
don't care who you put in front of me.
Exactly.
I'm gonna fight.
Because you know you're ready.
That's right.
Yeah.
Like, doubt is removed by action.
Yeah.
So if you
Fools me.
are doing more action than anyone else, you got no
Yeah.
doubt.
Nah,
right?
for me, I always do like I want to do extra, just that little extra, because I know like, because in the amateur it's only 3 rounds. So if you piss them off for the first round, they're coming at you with everything they got. So for me, like I just want them to just come hard, waste their energy, get tired.
Yeah.
So that first round they come trying to take your head off, but then after first round, you just know that it's your time. You're just ready to go, because you know the other guy's already tired. He's doing all that.
And maybe it's not even physically tired. Like, it could be mentally tired.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
could have, maybe he outpointed you, but you got a little bit more respect.
Yeah,
You know, and that will change. The tide will change. Like, momentum is a real thing in
It is.
sports. It really is.
yeah.
And people that push themselves harder every day, like, that's the real fight.
That's
They're
it.
the ones that are going to get those momentum swings when you need
Yeah,
them, you know?
And I've seen a thing as well, like where it says like the real fight is not won at the fight, it's won like Muhammad Ali said it.
Yes.
So like, bro, you know you want to fight in the gym
Yes.
when you're in the gym.
Or going
One-
for a run at 4
yeah,
a.m.
or going for a run, like yeah. So when everyone's going home and you just left at the gym, just doing that extra, you know, come fight night, you're ready. You're ready to go.
But, what's someone that you look up to? Who's your favorite fighter of all time?
Oh, the favorite
Boxer.
Oh, Manny Pacquiao.
Oh,
Yeah?
Yeah. No, because we got the same name. If you know him, like his name is Emmanuel too. So, and he changed up to Manny. So I did that to follow up his footsteps. Even like for him, like what he did in the ring is great, but what he did outside the ring is even greater.
Yes.
So yeah. So he built like shelters for like people like homeless. He feeds like a million of like Philippines and stuff. So I look up to him and just be like, wow, if I can do even half of what he did, it'll be great.
See, like your cultural impact enhances your greatness,
That's what I'm saying.
right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
look at Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
Probably not the best boxer of all time, but he's widely renowned as the greatest
That's the greatest.
because of what he did outside.
Outside the ring.
Look
yeah.
at how you're speaking on Manny, and
Yeah.
and we had this debate for footballers, right? And I said about Messi, Ronaldo, and look at like Ronaldo's impact compared to Messi's.
Yeah.
Like, I think Messi is the best player to touch a football,
About
but I think
100%.
Ronaldo's the greatest.
Yeah.
Like, my best and my greatest lists are different,
It is. Yeah.
you know. And like, you just put it perfectly there. Like, the first thing that you mentioned when you mentioned Manny was his impact outside of it.
Yeah. Exactly. And coming from where he came from, we pretty much got the same. We got the same story. You know what I mean? Like, he didn't have much growing up, and then once he got that, everything going his way, he didn't turn his back on his people. He came back and helped them out, and to this day he still feeds them. So, and I think like if I can be able to do that, that would be great.
So you said your favorite boxer is Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah.
Give us your top 3 favorites.
The top 3 is Manny Pacquiao, and then we got Mayweather, and then right now we got Tank.
Yeah,
Tank
Tank's
Davis.
number 3.
Yeah, number 3.
Respect.
What do you think of
Yeah.
Manny and Mayweather fighting?
Oh, boys, smart. That's where like he said it himself that you got guys that punches harder than him, that's more stronger than him, everything, but they can't outthink him. He's always one step ahead. Just mentally, yeah.
Do you have Manny as your favorite?
Over Manny Pacquiao?
Manny and Mayweather.
Floyd.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah.
And but you were asking about their exhibition coming up, right?
Yeah.
What do you think about that? This exhibition in their mid-90s? What are they?
Yeah, bro. No, I think they're trying to,
Yeah,
put it's
yeah,
money.
chasing
It's
the
money.
bag, yeah.
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 And plus, whatever you can get, they finished. They did what they did in the boxing ring.
Mm.
Would
I think,
you
Yeah.
guys say it's not just like? Let's be honest. They both have money and everything. Yes, it's more money for them.
yeah.
But would you say it's also like they miss the sport? They miss that competitiveness,
yeah.
and they want to run it back and show people
Bro,
that.
because I can say it for myself, bro. So if I,
Is that me or you?
I think he was saying it to me, but the fuck.
I think so. Yeah.
Continue, yeah?
Yeah, so this is another thing that I was saying, like how like if I don't train like for the whole day, I feel like something's missing.
Yeah.
So imagine for them, they were doing it like 3-4 times a day, training 3-4 times a day, and then once you retire, you're just sitting at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
It's-
got kids.
Yeah, it's not easy on the head.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got kids annoying you, you got nagging wife and everything. So yeah, they probably want to go back and just get into boxing. Yeah.
I think I look at this as my father. He's my role model in life. One of the hardest working people ever.
Yeah.
He's 63 and he works every day still. Doesn't even take a day off.
Damn, shout out to your dad, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bro. He's I don't want to say he's an animal. He's gonna fucking kick me in the head. But
Wahash.
anyways, he's a wash. Yeah, he's been working his whole life. He stopped working for, I think about a year ago. He stopped working for 3 months.
Yeah.
in these 3 months, I've never seen him go to a doctor as many times as that in my whole life.
Yeah.
I feel like once you're used to that pattern of working every day,
Every
and
day.
then you stop, and now you're like, what the fuck is wrong with my life? Now it's a completely different game.
Yeah.
So people like Manny and Mayweather, I feel like these guys have been working hard their whole life. That's why they're the greatest boxers.
Yeah.
Top 5, top 10, whatever you want to say. They get to 40 something, 45, and now they're not fighting. I don't think it's that easy. They still want to be active. They still want to push their limits. And
Yeah. If it's not that, like, you want to do something to stay like active.
yeah,
Yeah. So for them, if just being active, just going to the gym once a day, it can get them to like an exhibition fight where they can rack in like 15, 20 mil. Then why not do it?
yeah.
Yeah.
And on top of that, you get all
Right.
these millions.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
100%.
Well,
Okay.
Sorry, but even when I was talking to him, that's why like, I think for athletes it's important. You love your sport, but to have something else that can drive you. You know what I mean? Because, like you say, you get bored. Like people replace that with something. You see Kobe Bryant when he finished, he loved it. That was his everything. But then he just used that same creativity, the same work ethic into media. You know,
Yes.
for the studio, he had his own books out. He applied that same because it's sport just teaches you about life.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
feel being present
Yes.
in the moment, all of those things, being in flow state, that all transition when you're in a business meeting.
1,000%.
You know, so it's always important, like for what he's doing as well, is like, yo, build your media company. You have YouTube, do it, because now when you finish boxing, not only can that bring in income, but you have a drive now to
Yes.
carry on the family name. You know?
Yeah.
I think I was watching George Jenko and Jake Paul today. They
Yeah.
had a podcast.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't like Jake Paul, but you watch that podcast, see what this guy is doing, and you'll change your idea. This guy was the problem child. No one likes. People think he's just a dumb kid, got
Yeah.
a lot of money, not knowing what he's doing. And then he goes from that guy that's partying, doing all this, doing all the thing on the internet. He pushes himself to be a fucking boxer.
Yeah.
He goes out there. Yes, he's not fighting the best boxers of
Yeah,
this era,
But that's the
but he's
understanding.
fighting fighters.
Yeah.
He's pushing his limit. You get to a stage where you're successful at one thing, but if you just stick there, I don't think it's doing it for you.
Yeah.
So you just don't get to chase the next dream. And it's just like what you said earlier. You made it to the Australian team. You were like, oh, what the fuck? Is this
Yeah,
it?
yeah,
I want
exactly.
more.
Yeah, you want
It's
more.
just built in us that
Yeah.
to want the next thing and the next big thing. And the more you go, you're never going to stop. You get to maybe, I don't know if there's anything behind being a world champion.
You
You
can
see
be
people
undisputed.
becoming
Undisputed,
Undisputed.
multiple weight.
Yeah.
You,
In multiple words, that's about.
you see people doing that, and then they're like, I want to be a double champ. I want to be this. I want to be that. It's always more. I think this is just us as human.
It's a human nature, bro. You
Yeah,
always
yeah.
want more. You always want more. And there's a thing like where like you can't set your bar too low because once you hit it, then what's
Yeah.
there? What's there after?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? So it's always to aim higher. Even if you don't hit it, at least you just, you know what I mean? At least you.
You got further than if you
Yeah.
aimed lower.
Yeah. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
There's a
Yeah.
like what you just said there. I like this quote. Your intention varies, your intensity doesn't.
Yeah.
So my intention or our intention right now is world champion,
Yeah.
and our intensity is max.
Yeah.
We're chasing this 100%.
Yeah.
Now we might complete that, and then our intention might change, but the
100%.
intensity doesn't.
Yeah, it
I'm
doesn't.
gonna be the best at that too.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like look at Michael Jordan. It was basketball, and then it was baseball,
And it was best.
and then it was like, fuck, I went the wrong way. Let's go back to basketball, and
Yeah.
then prove it again. You know.
Yeah.
That's a quote I like. Your intention varies, your intensity doesn't.
I see it. Man.
That's
So-
my point. Yeah.
So we asked you your top 3 favorite boxers.
Yeah.
Pound for pound right now, who's the top 3 on the planet best?
Wait,
Best.
can I, before you answer that,
Yeah,
can
yeah.
I ask what's pound for pound?
Pound for pound is like, he can't say number 1 is Tank and then number 2 is Tyson Fury, because Tyson Fury would obviously destroy Tank because
Yeah.
he's 100 fucking
Yeah,
pounds
it's
heavier.
two different.
You know, so it's
weight
pound
classes.
for pound,
Yeah.
skill for skill. Who's the best?
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
Top 3,
A top 3. Wow. Okay.
pound for pound right now.
Yeah. I'll say Terence Crawford.
Number 1,
Number 1.
Tanks.
I'll put him up there.
Terence
And-
Crawford.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then the other one will be. Oh, it's hard, eh? Because I want
Have a
to
think,
put.
this
I want to
is-
put Tank there,
Yeah.
but then he hasn't really fought that many, like that much, like things. So
But you know, like he's got something.
He's up there. He's up
but he
there.
just needs to prove a
yeah,
bit
yeah,
more.
yeah. Nah, he's going towards that. He was
Yeah.
going towards that number one spot. But so Terence Crawford is there, number one, and then we'll go Canelo, number two, and then Tyson Fury. I'll put him up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He,
yeah.
the way he moves for a big man's pretty crazy. Hey.
Not just that, man. When he was going through whatever he was going through, and he came back and fought Deontay Wilder and did what he did, so I think that's a great. Yeah.
See again, like the impact on like Tyson Fury, like tried to kill himself.
Yeah, he tried to kill
And then-
himself. He was depressed and
He was
going through-
massive.
He was,
and he
yeah.
came back
and he
proved
trained
it.
hard to get into the fight with Deontay Wilder, which I think he won. If you watch the first fight,
Well, it's either he lost by KO
He won,
or he won by points.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
it's fucking one of them. It couldn't have
Yeah,
been a draw.
yeah,
That
nah.
fight wasn't a draw.
yeah, no, it definitely wasn't a draw. So I'll give it to Tyson Fury. If I was the judge, 100%. Yeah.
So
Tyson.
you mentioned Terence Crawford as your number one.
Yeah,
What do you think of switching stances in boxing?
but that's my thing now, eh?
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's what I was
Like-
going to ask when we're talking about footwork.
Yeah. With the footwork, it's important, obviously.
Yep.
And I feel like you can't get used to just one style, just orthodox. You know what I mean? Sometimes you want to switch it up, just go southpaw, and then if you can balance them out and do them right, wow, you're going a long way.
So do you just said balance. Are you trying to create like the same fighter, like you're trying to get your opposite stance to the same level, or are you trying to make two different fighters? So that's what I think about.
Oh,
When I'm orthodox
Yeah.
and when I'm southpaw, the
Yeah,
person
so
in front of
you're
me
two
is
different.
figuring
you-
out two different people.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying too. Like,
Yeah.
so like, yeah. But orthodox to be just that one orthodox, but then when you switch that stance, no, but I think we're talking about different one. Because for me, like I want to stay the same boxer as if I switch the thing, the
Okay,
two
yeah.
stance. Yeah.
I want to be the same level, but I want to be two different
Two
fighters.
different fighters.
So
yeah.
when I switch, it's not the same shots. You have to worry about different shots and the
Oh,
stance.
Okay, now I
You get me?
Yeah, now I get it. Yeah.
So like when and then if you can really mix it all in, obviously our games are very different.
yeah.
But if you can mix it in nice, and then you're switching, like it's not like you're switching for one round at a time.
yeah.
You're switching like randomly.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that motherfucker is gonna be like, what is this guy doing?
Exactly.
And then
Even for your opponent, he wouldn't even know what's coming.
That's right.
Even coming to leading up to the fight, you know how like you watch the tape and everything to analyze your opponent. So if your opponent sees you going from like southpaw to orthodox, then it just messes up his mental.
That's right. And
Yeah.
and in the moment too, because everything is so split second. It's like if they just have to think for half a second more about it,
Yeah.
that could be the knockout shot,
That could be the knockout shot.
or
Yeah.
at least to get your respect to
Yeah.
push that. You know.
That one angle switch and then boom, that could just land the one clean punch and the whole fight is over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope we see a surge of switching stances in boxing. Like
Yeah.
it's,
I do that a lot, eh?
Yeah.
So I tend to switch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, cause I feel like just for me, like the only reason I want to learn to switch like the box stance is like if you get injured, let's say if you get injured, you don't want to just stay like that.
and then
you
become
wanna-
a shit fighter
Yeah.
because you're injured in the same stance.
Yeah, exactly. So you want to switch up and just be able to function even though you're not doing the same stance.
That's right. And
Yeah.
like that was my mindset towards it as well. Or like initially it was I want to be unpredictable and whatever, but
Yeah.
like my last fight, like I fucking nearly broke my leg like
Wow.
before in the camp,
Yeah.
and I was like I'm not pulling out.
Yeah.
So I did the entire camp southpaw.
southpaw. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and in boxing you can get injured. You can
get injured your hand, but then you can't stop training just because one hand is messed up.
That's right.
Switch stands and operate on the other one.
Yeah. So like especially in MMA you need to be able to switch stances.
Like
Like
MMA is crazy.
Wait,
so I
it's
don't,
fucking
yeah.
Sorry to
Crazy.
cut you, boys.
Yeah.
Is this orthodox and that's south? Is
yes.
that
Yeah. Southpaw is right foot forward.
Yeah.
the?
Asking you a technical question, like
Yeah.
we're speaking about switching stances and whatnot. Would you rather watch a defensive masterclass or like a really aggressive puncher, what would you rather
Or me as like
personally?
yeah, personally, I wouldn't watch like aggressive
Yeah,
because you want entertainment. So you want to see the big shots just landing,
yeah,
and you want to see the bodies dropping on the canvas. Yeah. Whereas like if I was fighting, nah, I wouldn't. I want the opposite. Yeah, the defense.
it's much more enjoyable to put on a defensive masterclass.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
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 So, and as a fighter, yeah, I think you like for now you get hated on like a lot. You get so much hate just being like a great defensive fighter. Like for example, like Devin Haney, like
Yes.
or Shakur Stevenson. Heaps of people don't like watching him because he's just too defensive. Whereas like if you like Tank and the others, they're just like the
Aggressive.
brawlers. So they hit hard.
But like, when people say that, if anyone says that to me,
Yeah.
I just go, "You're uneducated,"
Yeah.
because then you just can't appreciate the
That's what I'm saying.
how hard a defensive masterclass really is.
Yeah, but as a spectator,
As
then
a,
you,
as a, as a
It
general
makes sense.
viewer,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
for me, I would want to see someone punching.
yeah, you
Yeah.
want to, yeah, you don't.
It's more
you-
fun for
Yeah,
the viewer.
what are
Yeah,
you
you
gonna
don't
get
wanna
hyped about?
Yeah.
Floyd or Mike Tyson? It's
That's what
like
I'm saying.
it's
If
fucking
you-
Mike
yeah,
Tyson.
if you're watching, you're watching
Yeah.
Mike Tyson.
Yeah,
But if you're a boxer, then because every fight you're analyzing something, not just analyzing, you're learning something from the fight. So like you don't want to see someone just, and you don't want to see a fight just starting and then after one fight, like after one round, the whole fight is over because someone got knocked out or something. You want to see the whole fight progress, so you can pick up a few techniques from there.
yeah, because
Yeah.
we study our favorite fighters, right?
That's
So
what I'm
like if
saying.
we have 2 minutes to study of the latest fight,
Yeah,
we're like, what the
then-
fuck is this?
Yeah.
Much rather
Right.
6 or 7 rounds.
Yeah, much rather more than 6-7. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you were to create your, I don't want to say perfect, your favorite fighter of all time, or like favorite, you're creating a boxer.
Yeah.
You have to pick 3 skills to
Okay.
put in him. What would you pick?
Oh, I'll put footwork,
Yeah.
and I'll go with Lomachenko.
Yeah.
I'll put speed. Speed.
Give us a name and give us the skill.
Yeah. So I'll put power, and I'll put Deontay Wilder's day. So he's knocking these guys out,
Yeah.
and then just the thinking. So I'll put Mayweather there. So just
Boom.
yeah.
That's a good fighter
Wow,
right
that's it,
there.
Yeah.
Now you just add Roy Jones's left hook, and
Yeah,
then
yeah,
Well,
no,
nothing-
yeah.
that's
No-
undisputed.
And nothing
Yeah,
about
yeah.
Manny. Thought he was your favorite fighter.
Oh, yeah. That's
Manny's
that's
cultural influence.
Yeah.
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 Oh, take that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
The outside, Manny
Yeah.
can be outside the ring.
Outside the ring, yeah.
And then you got Loma
his-
footwork,
Lama
yeah.
footwork and
Deontay Power.
Before we end it, is there any other sports that you watch that you're into? Football or basketball?
I
or
used to
anything?
play soccer when I was like with football.
Yeah.
Football,
When
yeah.
I was yeah. No, I used to play football when I was younger.
Did you play
But
it in
then
Australia or back home?
No, in Australia I played. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. But then I realized like I wasn't going too far. So I played with the boys at the back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Right.
we played in a few teams together. But then I realized that it was not it. So
Do you
And
have
also-
a favorite team that you watch? Or
Arsenal.
Arsenal.
Yeah, Arsenal is the girl.
Dean likes them.
Nah, he has
No comment.
He hates us.
No comment. No, that's
Yeah.
right. I don't hate you.
Yeah.
We've got the latest win, so I'm chilling. I'm chilling right now.
It's only 1-0. Yeah.
What are they? They're coming third now or second?
Arsenal?
Yeah.
Yeah, third, I think. Yeah.
Third.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
It goes Liverpool,
Man
City,
City is
Arsenal.
second. Yeah.
Yeah.
Liverpool is.
I haven't even watched any games,
So you're not really
Anyone.
keeping up to date with it.
Nah, not football, nah.
Fully like
Yeah, fully
deep dive
focused on-
boxing.
Yeah,
huh?
yeah, boxing.
That's what you
it.
need. Yeah.
Who's favorite top three goats in top 3 players in football? Your
And
top
all.
3
My
All time?
top 3.
all
Oh,
time.
it's definitely Messi is the greatest.
Oh, he's a Messi.
Yeah, I'm going.
He's a Messi fan.
Yeah,
huh? All right.
Messi fan. And I'll
Not,
put
yeah.
Ronaldo there too, just to make him happy.
Hey, you're making him happy.
I mean, me happy.
Oh,
Hey, I can speak logically.
he goes for both of them.
Oh, he goes
I don't know
for
how
both.
I
that
think
goes.
Messi is the
Nah,
best
but if you
player
had
to
to
ever
pick,
touch
if you
a
had to
ball.
pick,
He's a Madrid fan and he likes Messi.
I'm
Oh.
saying I think
But
Messi is the best player to ever touch a football.
yeah,
Yes, I'm a Madrid fan. What, I can't see
Oh.
greatness right there?
No?
yeah, nah, that's true. Yeah.
And what's number 3?
number 3, damn. I don't even know. I would leave it up to you boys.
It's just
No,
those
no,
two.
give
Yeah,
us.
it's-
It's
you
not
gotta give
those
us
two
a-
at the
just
front
those
and,
two.
and 9 blocks of wood, as Zidane would say. You
that's
know?
it.
All right, give us your favorite goalkeeper of all time.
Favorite goalie of all time.
Oh. Nah, I don't know.
He doesn't
Nah.
care about goalies.
Yeah, nah,
he doesn't
I
care
don't
about
know.
goalies. It's
Nah.
Iker Casillas
Yeah.
or no one.
Yeah. I
Hey.
think he said it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Fuck with
it.
him. Fuck with him.
Okay, so you, would you like to shout out your any sponsors or give us a look into your pro debut coming up March
Yeah.
2nd? What show is that on?
It's on a Paul Nazari show. Yeah.
In the state, New South Wales?
Yeah, in the
Yep.
state, New
Yep.
South Wales, in Bankstown.
Bankstown.
So if you guys are free, just show up.
March
Yeah.
2nd.
Yeah, March 2nd. And
Yep.
I'll be on again on the 23rd. So, and a shout out to the sponsors too. So we got Pit Stop. Yeah.
Is there any other projects that you're working on at the moment?
Sorry?
Is there any other projects or anything? I know we mentioned earlier you're starting your media.
Yeah,
go-
the media. I feel like the boxers, they have to just be able to promote themselves.
What's your channel? Or have you guys started it?
Yeah,
I
like give
started
yourself
already.
a shout out right now. That's what we're
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
just speak about it.
Yeah. So
And-
my YouTube channel, the name is Money,
Yeah.
and then TC1. So, and yeah, I want to go like 3 videos on the platform. So
Perfect.
it's fairly new. It's a new channel. So
Sounds
Good luck in the building process. Let me ask, does TC1 stand for the champ?
yeah, the chosen one.
Oh,
man.
the chosen one.
chosen
Okay.
one,
I was
yeah,
close,
yeah.
I was close.
Thank you for having it. Thank
yeah.
you for coming here.
Thanks for joining.
Yeah.
It's been great, man.
Nah, thank you for
And
having
you like
me,
the cut,
boys.
yeah?
Yeah, bar top cut.
Appreciate you sharing your story as well. It means,
Yeah.
it means a lot.
Thank you.
Nah,
Thank you.
Thank you, bro.
Thanks,
Thank you.
man.